Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Celia would like to introduce you to Alexander Ferguson. Hello Celia, I hope you're doing fine, safe, and in good health. I'm sorry, said Celia, but I don't remember who you are. I know, and I want to say sorry for intruding, but I find you very attractive, and I thought maybe we could be good friends, in honesty and trust, to share ideas and discuss about more issues as we talk more about ourselves, please, if you don't mind. Not sure how that's an answer, said Celia. Should I remember you? I said I was hoping we could be good friends and get to know each more. Maybe as time goes on, we could be more than friends. Shall I try again? Said a resigned Celia. Should I remember who you are? I'm not sure how I could be friends with someone who ignores what I'm saying. We don't know each other before, he finally conceded. I saw your pretty photo in Suggested Friends. That was where I added you. Sorry if I did. Please stop asking me silly questions. And she said that because I was talking to someone else that ended every sentence with a question mark. Okay, thanks, she said in reply to him saying she had a pretty photo. I hope you don't mind telling me. Where are you from? I live in Durham in the north of England. I'd ask where you are now, but I know you won't answer, so I won't. But she was wrong. I'm from Sydney, Australia, but I'm here currently in Aberdeen, Scotland. Oh, the geographical challenges of being a scammer. Not the only challenges this man suffers from, as you'll find out. His mathematical challenges are good as well. Are you really in Aberdeen? She asked. Honestly, genuinely, truthfully in Aberdeen? A city? On land? Yes, I am. Are you married with kids? So you definitely aren't going to tell me you're on the high seas, nowhere near land. You're definitely in the city of Aberdeen. I'm a widow with an adult son who lives in Sydney in Australia, to which our man replied, I was born in Sydney, in the suburb of Liverpool, and now living in the suburb of Bondi, which is handy because Celia's son lives in Bondi Junction. I met my partner Carol in Bondi in 1992 and got married in 1999, pay attention to these dates, and she died giving birth to our twins, a son and daughter, were born on the 1st of April 2009, which by my calculations is about 15 and a half years ago. I was diagnosed with plasmacytoma, a cancer of the immune system, in 2010, but underwent successful treatment, and I hear I'm in today. That's good. Somebody's told him he's in work today. I'm currently working in the middle of the sea, here in Aberdeen. You 100% assured me that you weren't at sea, said Celia, that you're definitely in Aberdeen, a city on land. I'm at sea. So she copied where he'd said, yes, I am, when she said, are you really in Aberdeen? Well, your mate thinks you aren't at sea. One of you isn't telling me the truth. He sent a photograph of a man overlooking a ship. I'm at the middle of the sea, here in Aberdeen, working as a marine drilling engineer. So your mate lied when he assured me you were in Aberdeen, a city on land. No, I never said that, and I don't have a mate. Then you lied, she said, copying it again, because you definitely did say that. Is was like I never saw the question, because I'm a very open. So is was you just answered it because of closed, replied Celia. It was, I didn't read it right. Okay, I understand. I was hoping we could get to know each other more. Maybe as time goes on, we could be more than friends. That sounds like fun, said Celia. I hope we can. It's getting late. I have to go to bed. I hope you don't mind sending me your Telegram number or WhatsApp. I don't give my number to people I've only met online. You can have my email if you use chat. What if I send my WhatsApp number to you instead? No, said Celia. I'm happy to talk to you on here, or I'll give you my email. OK then, send me your email address then. And so she did. Are you in Google Chat? He asked. I already told you that. I have to go to bed now. It's getting late. I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Good night. Oh, sorry about that. Maybe I should leave you to get to your beauty sleep. Good night. Good morning. I hope you had a good night's sleep. Good morning. I'm just taking a coffee break. I have a Teams meeting in 15 minutes. OK. Have you eaten anything? What? Said Celia. Like, have you had your breakfast? What do you think? I'm at work. How old are you? 6 years old? Did I offend you? I don't know why you have to talk to me like that. It was a rather silly question, don't you think? The sort of question a kid would ask, not a mature man. I'm 64 years old. Awesome. So you think if me making you have you gotten breakfast, eat a silly question? He said, putting some words together. And how old are you? I just told you my age. It was a very random question, and it didn't follow at all from me telling you I was taking a short break and waiting for a Teams meeting. I'm 55. Have you ordered a sausage roll? She said, inserting an equally irrelevant question. Of course, our man didn't get it. They never do. Yes, I have, is a popular in current and former Commonwealth nations. You 55 years old, and you still look so cute and amazing. What? She said again, in reply to him saying, yes, I have, is a popular in current and former Commonwealth nations. What I'm trying to say is that although variations are known throughout Europe and in other regions, the sausage roll is most closely associated with British cuisine. Ah, replied Celia, you can always rely on ChatGPT. And I'm talking about the sausage roll you asked me about. I assume they serve them in the canteen on your ship or whatever you're on. What's ChatGPT? He asked. No idea, said Celia, never heard of it. I assume they serve them in the canteen on your ship or whatever you're on. What are you on? Like, what have I eaten? No, like, are you on a ship where they have that canteen that serves the sausage roll that you said you've ordered? I never said that I had it here on the rig. I had it back in Australia. As for me, I haven't had my breakfast. You said you'd ordered one. OK, so you aren't on a ship, you're on a rig. Yes, and I know what I said when I said I have had it, but I never said here at the rig. I had it back in Australia. And I know what you said. She said you clearly said, yes, I have, when I asked if you'd ordered a sausage roll. I have, but not here. They don't sell sausage roll on the rig here. If you say so. So you've decided not to have breakfast. I'm so pleased we sorted that one out. I have to go. My meeting's just starting. I'm not hungry yet, but thanks for asking. OK, I should let you go now. Text me when you're less busy. I'm back, she said at lunchtime. Which rig are you on? Technip FMC. What about you? What do you do for work? I'm administrator in the admissions department of Durham University. I don't think that's the name of a rig, is it? That's cool. It's a company. Yes, I thought so. Which rig are you on? They have one of the biggest oil rigs there in the sea. I have a contract with them. Yes, I'm sure they do. What's it called? My cousin told me all rigs are named after famous women. Which isn't true, but I'm always hoping that one of them will tell me they're on Boudica or Queen Nefertiti or some other famous woman. Hello again, she said a bit later. I just got home from work. It's called Technic FMC. Not all of them. Everyone has their opinion on that. Some rig are named after the company name. I thought that was the name of the company, not the rig, said Celia, but they cross-posted on those last two. I hope you had a good day at work. Oh, OK. And then she said, your pie, if you're looking at the screen, in reply to him saying, I hope you had a good day at work. And that's because originally he typed, I hope your pie a good day at work. Sorry for my mistake, I changed it. Ah, OK. It would be nice to exchange chat with each other, aimed at building our friendship, and I really hope it's going to bring a peaceful and wonderful thought to us as we get to know ourselves. I am a relatively straightforward person who loves God. Oh yes, I'd love a peaceful and wonderful thought. Did I ask you how long you've been in Scotland? I've been here since January. I will be going home by Christmas. You won't be there for much longer then. What do you think of Scotland? Have you done much sightseeing? You know, ever since I lost my wife, I was going through emotional pain in life, and there's no woman to occupy the space in my heart. Let's say my days was very lonely and cold. I seek for a serious relationship with you that will lead to us to a fruitful marriage and for a long-term relationship full of love and affection, which is why I wrote you. I think it's appropriate to begin by knowing each other. I love it. I was thinking of taking a vacation here with the kids after the Christmas by the time I will be retired. How old are your children? Must be adults if you're retiring. They're both 22. Remember, they were born in April 2009. Bennett and Arabella, what are the names of your kids? My son's called Dan. I guess both of your kids are working. And Dan's wife is called Julie. OK. They're still at school. At 22? They didn't start early because their mother died, so it has hard for me at that time. Don't be daft, Celia. What do my mean by that? You wouldn't be allowed to not send them to school until they were 10 years old. You'd get arrested. Well, it worked for me, but they will be true with their studies soon. How did you manage to sneak them into school at the age of 10 and get the school to accept them? Did you lie about their age? And the reason Celia picked 10 was because if you start school at 4, you're in school for about 14 years. And that, of course, ran with that, as you'll see later. I had help. I had a friend who is principal. You mean you enrolled them in some dodgy school that charges a lot of money and doesn't ask too many questions? You always ask so many questions like I'm being interrogated. You always talk so much rubbish. I'm trying to make sense of what you're saying. What do you mean by that? You're very rude. No one keeps children at home until they're 10, sends them to school, and finds a school that will keep them until they're 22. That doesn't make sense. It will be a child protection risk. They're adults. What are you even talking about? There are some kids who get homeschooled. They don't go to school. They aren't still being homeschooled at the age of 22. I didn't do it on purpose. And they start homeschool at the same age as other kids. You aren't even at home to school them. They're adults. I didn't say my kids were homeschooled. Exactly. You said they were in school. I said some kids get homeschooled when you said I would not keep my kids at home. And it was a hard time at the time because my wife died. Exactly. So what you said was irrelevant. You weren't homeschooling them. Your wife died giving birth to them. Don't you know how to read? You had 5 years before they should have started school. I never said I homeschooled them. Exactly, said Celia. Go back and read my text. So why did you start talking about homeschooling when you weren't homeschooling them? I don't know what your problem with me. Did I offend you? Because you're very rude. You kept your children at home for 10 years without schooling them. They weren't homeschooled, so I have no idea why you even mentioned it. And I said that no school would still accept students that are 22 years old. And in reply to him saying, I don't know what your problem with me, she said that you're obviously telling me silly stories about your adult children still being at school. Because you said they would arrest me if I had them at 10 and they don't go to school. That was when I said that what about the kids that get homeschooled? The kids that are homeschooled are being homeschooled. Schooled. They're registered with the authorities as being homeschooled. Inspected as being homeschooled. Yours weren't. So I know you aren't being honest with me. And no school takes adults who are 22. So what aren't you telling me? I aren't lying. I'm guessing both your children are unemployed layabouts, so you're pretending they're still in school. Even you must know how ridiculous that sounds. I don't know what type of bad experience you've had here on Facebook that's making act-like towards me. I didn't start school on time only. I'm having a bad experience with you. I won't lie about my kids. Then don't. We both know your 22-year-old adult children did not stay at home unschooled until they were 10. I take good care of them, okay? I don't know why you're insulting me. And we both know your 22-year-old adult children are not still in school. So you admit they are adults, not at school, not at work, and you support them. I don't want to talk about it anymore. It's like you hate me or something, since you don't believe anything I say, so I won't talk about it anymore. I've told you if you like, you believe it or not. I don't want to talk to a man who tells such obviously ridiculous stories and won't admit that he supports his 2 unemployed adult children. You never wanted to talk to, that's why you're talking silly. I support them for sure. They are not employed, so I have to support them. I'm not talking silly. Do you remember saying this? She said, copying the bit where he'd said he wanted to be good friends in honesty. It's you that said you wanted to be honest, and you that's lied about your 22-year-old kids still being in school. I'm not lying. Of course you are. They're not in school. And if you lie again by telling me you didn't lie, then I don't want to talk to you again. In fact, I'm going to make dinner. You can apologise like a real man or go away. I never said 22. That means I was the one that made the mistake. I can't find my glasses. So she copied the bit where he said they're both 22. That means I'm the one who's silly. So all that supporting bollocks about them not starting school until they were 10 because you lost their mother was a lie instead. I need to go and get my glasses. You need to get your brain in gear. I made a mistake about their age, but they didn't start school. Because if you didn't tell an untruth about their age, all that other twaddle you told me was made up rubbish. And so he suddenly realised that his children, who were born 15.5 years ago, they're 13 now. I made a mistake about their age, but they didn't start school early. I've told you that it was hard at the time. Stop telling me half-truths. I'm sorry, it was a mistake. I'm very honest. What age do kids start school in Australia? We haven't been so far, she said in reply to him saying he was very honest. 10, as you said. Same here. Don't be ridiculous. I made a mistake about their age. No one starts school at the age of 10. They're both 13. Grow up. What age do kids really start school in Australia? They're smart kids, okay? We've done the they didn't start at 10, otherwise you'd have been arrested bit. and we've agreed you didn't homeschool them. And don't ever talk that way about my kids. No, I never said I did. What age do kids start school in Australia? It isn't a difficult question. In the UK, most start at 4 or 5. I've answered you. Yes, you did, she said in reply to him saying, no, I never said I did. You definitely said you did not homeschool them. No, you haven't, she said in reply to him saying he'd told her what age kids start school in Australia. Google will help you. My kids start at 10, OK? Because they didn't start early like I told you. I don't need Google, they're my kids, so I know what I'm talking about. That is not what I asked, said Celia. I asked what age children start school at in Australia. Sure, kids start school at the age of 4 here, he said, managing to access Google. And we both know you would have been arrested if your children weren't in school, and we both know you did not homeschool them, so why are you still telling me untruths? They start school at 10, and they're both 13 now. Take it or leave it. I'll leave it, Cecilia, because it's obvious you aren't telling me the truth. We both know you would have been arrested if your children weren't in school. I won't fight with you, because I thought I was get to know this beautiful angel, but instead you came with a fight. You picked the wrong one, pal. And in reply to her saying it was obvious he wasn't telling the truth, he said, I am. We both know you would have been arrested if your children weren't in school. I told you I made a mistake. Which mistake? We both know you'd have been arrested if your children weren't in school. Yes, I would have been arrested, but I was carefully, because it was hard at the time for us. How many times I have to tell you? So you hid your children for 10 years, because your wife died 10 years before that. How did you manage that? Live in a hut in the outback. I'm going to make myself some dinner, so you have time to think of a believable story, instead of talking unmitigated, unbelievable twaddleshousness. I have a house down in the woods. That was where we spent most of the years before God came and helped us out. And then 3 years ago, you sent them to school, magically found a job even though you hadn't worked for 10 years, and now you're in Scotland. I did say I'd give you time to think of a believable story. Did you just leave your children to look after themselves? You're very rude, he said. If you know you don't want to stop talking to me, it's fine. You can go. You're just pretty outside, but inside, I don't just know what to call it. So you have left your children to look after themselves. Should I be phoning the police in Bondi, or asking my son to go and check that they're okay? What's wrong with you? They're in boarding school. An incredibly well-timed firework there. It's the 31st of October. And how long have they been in boarding school? I don't have to answer your questions anymore because you're very rude. OK, goodbye. Enjoy the rest of your time in Scotland. Yes, I will. I pray you remain blessed. I will think about you. And I started making the video thinking, he'll be back. And if you're looking at the screen, he said, I'll think about you at 1914 UK time. At 1923, while I was making the video, he had a change of heart. I want to apologise, because it was a joke. I was just trying to get you mad, to see how you would react. My kids start early, at 4. This is one of their photos. And he managed to find a photograph of 2 young children of the age of about 5 in school uniform. If that's your idea of a joke, Cecilia, I'm not impressed, especially as you assured me you want to be honest and weren't lying. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I'll think about it. So how old are your children really? They're both 13 now. OK, at least that bit was true, I hope. You said you wanted to share ideas when you first started talking to me. Which ideas do you want to share? For once, a man had some. I have a very big plan for the future. My plan now to set up a business in Australia, and businesses are really going well due to the development of the economic in Australia. I would like to invest in real estates and selling of car. What do you think? Do you have any ideal about those businesses I just mentioned now? But my greatest plan for the future is to spend the rest of my life with someone who I can trust and have faith in, and I believe we're going to spend forever together. I don't know anything about the real estate market in Australia, Cecilia. My son and his wife might know. OK, good to know. And I also want to let you know that I'm seeking a woman that I can live my life and love with, someone that I can make my partner forever and be with for the rest of my life, a woman with a sense of humour, a caring, loving, faithful and loyal partner who I can trust for the rest of my life. And I hope you have all this as I seek. I need a committed, faithful and serious relationship. Will you go back to Sydney when you retire, she asked. Dan and Julia are always trying to persuade me to go and live there. Yes, Australia is great. You will love it there. Oh, yes, I do, she said. I've been to stay with Dan and Julie twice, and I'm hoping to go again after Christmas. That would be very cool. Seem you've gone back to work, he said in the middle of the night. What? Replied Celia. Do you know when you sent that? No, I didn't look at the at moment, but I just knew maybe you would be busy. Well, look again, said Celia. Remember, this guy's meant to be in Scotland. I hope you had a good night rest. Look at your message, please. Tell me when you sent it and tell me why you think I'd gone back to work, please. I'm indoor, so I didn't realise that it was very early in the morning. Try again, said Celia. Look at your message, please. Tell me when you sent it and tell me why you think I'd gone back to work, please. Well, I hope you had a good night rest. Keep trying, said Celia, repeating herself. I want a sensible answer, please. Why do you think I'd gone back to work? It was 12 a.m. Awesome. Why did you think I'd gone back to work? Did I explain why I said that, or did you read my text? No, you didn't explain. Or were you drunk, so you accidentally forgot that you finished work hours before and it was night time? I said I was inside, and it was dark, because I was still asleep. That was when I sent that text. Yes, said Celia, that isn't a reason for thinking I'd gone back to work, is it? Everything about you is just about fighting an argument. You were drunk, weren't you? Said Celia. Everything about you is just typing rubbish and pretending you didn't mean to. Maybe you were the one that got it for me, he said in reply to her saying he was drunk. The truth is, you were drunk, and now you're trying to justify typing a ridiculous statement at midnight, probably about 6 hours after you finished work. I told you I was sleepy at the time. Yes, you were drunk and had no idea what time it was. A sober person would have remembered that they'd finished work a few hours ago, and that as it was dark, it was night time. You could have joined the FBI instead. Oh, you're doing what you did with your children, are you? Telling me packs of ridiculous stories so you can change your mind and tell me it was a joke. Not funny. And someone who's sleepy and not drunk can also do the same. No, said Celia. I'm wondering how long it will take for you to change your story, just like you did with your children. Probably when you realise just how redonkulous you sound. We'll see. I haven't asked what hours you do work. Maybe you do work at nights. I work 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. The problem here is you, because you don't want to believe anything I say. Can't imagine why. The problem is because you admitted all that stuff about your kids wasn't true. So now I'm left wondering how to tell when you're being honest and when you aren't. I was sleepy when I sent that text, and we're not allowed to get drunk here at work. So I'll always wonder now, are you being honest, or are you telling me another story? But I later told you the truth, because I was joking with you. How do I know you aren't joking now? I'm very honest, more than anyone, or you. You haven't been so far. Are you going to tell me which hours you work? I'm not. I was very tired from work and sleepy. That was when I sent the text. Or that be another joke, even though you're being honest. All that stuff about your kids was very honest, more than anyone or you. You're going to tell me which hours you work? Just FYI, that's the third time I've asked. I start work at 8 a.m, take a break from 12 to 1 in the after, and close 8 p.m. in the evening. Which days? Monday till Saturday. I guess you aren't very busy most of the time, because you were talking to me constantly between 5:30 p.m. and 8 p.m. yesterday. I couldn't do that when I'm at work. When's your birthday? Random question, said Celia. 15th of February. When's yours? What do you mean by random question? Do you think I'm like you, who like argument? Smile. You remember why I told you I'm here? Are you going to tell me when yours is? No. Mine is the 6th of November. I told you that I was hoping we could get to know each other. Maybe as time goes on, we could be more than friends, because obviously Celia's being so nice to him that she's exactly the lady you'd fall in love with and want to marry. We'll see. I thought you meant the reason why you're in Scotland. No? Okay. I wanted to know, do you like to play with the heart of a man? What? Replied Celia. Oh, Celia, you missed an opportunity there. I don't play games. I had my heart played with another woman, and I wouldn't do that to anyone. I've been hurt before, and I don't wish that on anyone. Well, I was married for almost 30 years until my husband died. Sorry about that. What about your favourite types of food? You know, we've got to get all the important issues out of the way. I like most foods. I cook anything I want to eat. My weakness is potatoes with chicken. How boring, said Celia. I like all kinds of food, but I don't like peppers or cucumbers. What do you mean by that? Potatoes with chicken. Sounds rather bland to me. You don't like anything. You must have some negative thought about anything I say. She might do, pal. Do you attend church? I don't attend church regularly. I was raised Catholic and had to go to church daily. I feel that religion is too hypocritical, so I'm spiritual and believe in the Almighty. And in reply to him saying, you must have some negative thought about anything I say, she said, I do, since you told me all that stuff about your kids. I'm left wondering how much of what you say is even real. I don't go to church. I told you, that was a joke. I know, but how do I know when you're joking? I think I know the answer. If what you're saying just sounds so unbelievable, then it's a joke. If it sounds believable, it might be real. I'm not sure if working 12 hours a day, 6 days a week is real or a joke. And in reply to her saying, but how do I know when you're joking? He said, is a joke. Okay. And in reply to her saying, working 12 hours a day, 6 days a week might be real or a joke, he said, of course it's real, and we take our rest on Sunday. Okay. I just got home, she said on Friday evening. I hope you had a good day at work. Oh, hi there. Yes, thanks. Did you? I called into a convenience store on the way home to buy a few things. I'm going to call Dan and Julie in about an hour. I'll tell them I've met someone who lives in Bondi. Yes, I had a good day. Thanks for asking. Hello, Celia, he said at 11:30 at night. Good morning. Sorry I missed you last night. Good morning. I have missed you too. Did you have a good night? I don't know. I was asleep. Did you? I told Dan and Julie that I was chatting with someone from Bondi. They thought it was kind of amusing. Smile. So what are your plans for the day? Hello. I just got home. I went into town earlier and met some friends I'd not seen for ages, so we decided to go and have an early dinner and a couple of drinks. Hope you're having a good day. And then at 1:30 in the morning. That's nice, and I hope your day went as you planned. Yes, I have, and all thanks to you, because I've been thinking about you all day. Good morning, she said on Sunday morning. I'm being lazy this morning. I've just made tea, and I'm back in bed checking my messages. Good morning, he said at 11:30, sending her a photograph of 2 older folk in bed eating breakfast. I hope you had a good night. Oh, yes, said Celia. It was lovely. Did you? No, I was just only thinking that one day this could be us, you know. Oh, dear, Cecilia, you didn't have a good night. Did something happen? And now you've disappeared, she said later that day. No, nothing happened, he said the following morning. You know, I told you that I'm not always here on Facebook, but I'm here now. I've missed you. No, my work takes my time. That's why I wanted us to chat somewhere else. That never makes sense, does it? I'm too busy to talk to you on Facebook, but I've got time to talk to you somewhere else. Ah, there you are, Cecilia. I was worried in case something had happened. I'm here. Sorry for the late reply. I wanted to know. How all are you? I just got home. I'm fine, thanks. Good to know. I want to ask. How tall are you? Hello, Celia. I hope you're doing fine, safe and in good health, he said at 1:10 in the morning. Remember, he's in Aberdeen. Good morning. I'm at work, waiting for a Teams meeting to start in about 10 minutes. Good morning. I hope your day has been going as planned, he said at 5:00 in the morning. I've not been doing well. That's why I haven't been able to reach you. Oh dear, Cecilia, I'm sorry to hear that. Has something happened? No, dear, I'm fine. I have eaten some medication. What's the time over there? I thought you were in Scotland. Yes, I am. Oh, now I know what you mean. Did you know I forgot you told me you were also at England? I was hoping you could create Telegram so we can have more time for each other. I'm sorry, Cecilia, I don't like Telegram. I won't use it. Then get Microsoft Teams. I don't think I can use that, said Celia, because it's my work account. Then why don't you get the Telegram instead? Just for just you and I. I don't know what the big deal to get just for just you and I. I don't like it. Do you use chat? How does it look like? Google Chat. You use it with your email. Yes, but the reason I want to use Telegram, because it will be easy for us to see each once in a while. OK, I'll add you up. No, it won't be easy to see me on an app I don't use. What's wrong with Facebook? I just wrote you on chat, so check, please. If you are looking at the screen, you'll see there was a little bit more conversation when he alternated between chat and Facebook, but there's no point in me reading it to you. It was just when they were arguing on chat. And so, over on chat, he said, hello, Celia. It's me, Alexander. Hello, Cecilia. I hope you don't mind sending me some pictures. My pictures on Facebook. The University Cybersecurity Unit always tell us never to send photos to people we've only met online. I have to go back to work now. My lunch break has finished. That means you should be the one that you should be calling a scam. The university cybersecurity also said that if you don't send picture because they steal picture, that's why they don't have much of it, said his illiterate mate, who was working chat. Are you there? Are you busy? Are you ignoring me? Goodness, stop acting like a petulant toddler. I just got home. I did some shopping after work. I'm sorry, Cecilia. Replying to the university cybersecurity also said that if they don't send picture because they steal picture, that's why they don't have much of it. But I didn't understand that. Why can't you send me a picture? I thought I told you, Cecilia, but please explain what you said, because I didn't understand it. This, she said, copying it again, I don't understand what you said. Thought you told me what? And in reply to her saying, I don't understand what you said, he tried again. You said you don't send picture. That's why I told you when the cybersecurity said scammers don't have a lot of pictures, and also that's why if you ask them for picture, they won't send because they don't have a lot of pictures because they also stole it. So please, I'd love to see some pictures of you if you're not really a scam. Are you there? And in reply to him saying, thought you told me what? She just copied what she'd said before. My picture is on Facebook. The university cybersecurity unit always tell us never to send photos to people we've only met online. I just screenshotted what I said before, she added. And in reply to him saying, so please, I would love to see some pictures of you if you're not really a scam, she said, that's interesting, because this is the latest advice from the cybersecurity unit. You've got to admit my made-up notices are better than most scammers. So Celia made up a notice from the University Cybersecurity Unit, dated the 2nd of October 2024, which said, interacting with non-university staff members online. This includes interactions with current, past and potential students. Staff members should never send photos or phone numbers to online contacts that they have not met in person. If you're put under pressure to send these, then there's a high chance you're talking to a scammer or someone whose intentions are not genuine. They will try to use bullying tactics or emotional blackmail to make you send these photos or details. Emotional blackmail may include telling you that you don't love them if you won't send them, telling you that you must be a scammer if you won't send them, telling you that you don't trust them. These are all tactics used to try to force you to send these details. Do not be taken in by these malicious tactics. Wise advice by the non-existent University Cybersecurity Unit. And in reply to him saying, so please, I would love to see some pictures if you're not really a scam, she said, those are exactly the tactics we're warned about. I don't like us having a fight about all this. We aren't fighting, it's you that keeps asking. Please explain what this meant. The University Cybersecurity also said that if you don't send picture because they steal picture, that's why they don't have much of it. I've already asked you twice. That's not why I'm here, okay? I was hoping we could get to know more about each other. Maybe as time goes on, we could be more than friends. I explained already and I'm not doing that again. We can, she said, in reply to him saying we could be more than friends, if A, you don't keep asking me questions I've already answered, and B, you don't keep making me ask the same question while you avoid answering. Show me where you answered, please. We're having all this fight just because I asked for your picture. Oh, okay, I can see it. Your answer doesn't make sense either, but I've learnt that most of what you say doesn't. We aren't fighting, it was you that kept on about it, not me. So if you don't want to fight, don't. So if you ask for my picture, and if I said I won't send, won't you get mad? Okay, you're going to keep going on about it like a toddler. Goodbye, she said, pasting the university advice again. It's not that. I just want to see another picture of you. Is it a bad thing to ask? I don't care about all this, okay? He said, proving the advice right. That's it. Cecilia, mention it once more, and you're blocked. She pasted the advice again. Wow! You're really rude. I don't know how to be kind and know how to talk to someone. You're not friendly at all. You're the kind of man who's a bully, doesn't take no for an answer and doesn't listen to what a lady says. Just because they put this up on the internet, that doesn't mean you can't be nice to people on the internet. Go away, Cecilia. Goodbye, you're ghosted. What did I do now? I thought we were having a conversation. We learn from each and evert person every day. I don't know why you're acting this way. I really like you. And I haven't been able to stop thinking about you. I just want to see a different picture of you, that's all. I'm sorry if I offended you. So Celia pasted where she'd said, that's it, mention it once more and you're blocked, and pasted the advice again. Are you A, unable to read? Or B, a bully? I'd like an answer, please. Not an attempt to change the subject. Not an attempt to avoid the question. A proper answer, please. Either A or B. Please, I don't have a new for all of this if you don't want to send your picture. You can keep it to yourself. I assume that means you are unable to read. Goodbye. What do you want me to do? I said I don't want to see your picture any more. Does that not end the topic? You never won the R to be here. You're not nice. But still want to let you know that I will still love to get to know you, and maybe we could be more of you. Stop all this. You were going about screenshotting. You can keep the pictures if that's making you act this way. If you read what the university said, you're acting exactly how they tell us scammers will act. You just spoiled my day, because I never know that something like this would happen because I was here for a different purpose, but you start behaving rude just because you think I'm a scam. I've forgotten all about it. I would love to change the topic because that isn't why I'm here. Interesting thing to say, Cecilia. I did not say I think you're a scam. Please read what I said. And in reply to him saying, I would love to change the topic, she said, then change it. Will our man change the topic? Will our man ever say anything that makes sense? There's only one way to find out, and that's to watch episode 2. If you enjoyed episode 1, if you did, please like it, please share it, please comment down below, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you again in episode 2.